Hi, I'm Boots Allen, and the fly I'm tying for you today is the Quick Descent Baetis Nymph. This is a fly. I've kind of based it on flies done by Mike Mercer and Pat Dorsey, who do a lot of really fantastic nymphs, and it's a fly I use kind of throughout all the waters that I fish. I'm going to be starting with basically a TMC 3752 hook, which I have on, as well a little tungsten bead that has a gunmetal silver on it. So that's what we'll be tying with. This is about a size 16. I'm sorry, this is a size 14 actually, but a small size 14. Get that clamped in the vise, and the thread is just your UTC waxed 70. It's a basically a waxed version of thread. You find it everywhere. We'll get that onto the hook real fast. The next thing we'll be putting on is the tail, and the tail is peacock curl. This is a gray brown, and the tail material actually comes from right back here. If I said peacock curl, what I meant was ostrich curl. I'm going to be using the material at the base, which is much, much lighter. This is great shuck material, but I'm tying it onto a nymph as a tail. What I believe it does is potentially mimic just the very, very back abdomen portion of a Baetis nymph, which is a swimmer. So you will get that Baetis nymph hind body moving like so, back and forth as it propels itself through the water column, up, down, or to the side. So I'm going to take about 3 of these fibers and tie it onto the hook. Trim off these butt sections. I'm going to squeeze this back some, right to the bend. And that is essentially your tail. Come up and just kind of cover up some of this material. Which you'll notice this is a pretty quick fly to tie. That's the nice thing about it. Okay, next material is going to be the material for the abdomen. And that abdomen is what is essentially quick descent dubbing, made by Hairline Dubbing. What you're going to notice about this material is it adheres to the thread like a dream. It is really, really something how well it can adhere to the thread. So I'm going to get that dubbed on. And as with most of dubbing, you need less than you think. This amount that I have there, that's a little too much. But watch this as this gets put onto the thread there. You'll see it forms very, very tightly. That there is extremely tight. I'm now going to put on the ribbing, which is basically green copper wire. Give that a quick nip. And that'll be your ribbing material. So give that a turn. Come back and begin that body. And as I'm coming forward, I'm building that abdomen up some. And that's where I will end that. Now I'm going to wrap my ribbing material forward. I'll get that trimmed off. Now I'm going to back this thread back quite a bit and go over part of that body material. And from here I'm going to start to tie in my wing casing, and my wing casing is brown Zelon. Very simple material used for lots of flies, for a lot of different body part imitations. Howard Cole uses it as a shuck. Ken Burkholder uses it as leg materials. And Mike Mercer as well as Pat Dorsey use it as a wing case. And that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to give a little trim there of some. Okay, back this up and get her tied in. That should do right there. And we're going to leave that there for just a moment. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the abdomen. And the abdomen is going to be quick descent dubbing again, but instead of the caddis green, which I used first, I'm going to just be using the olive version. You'll see it's kind of a darker olive. Metallic olive. This is from Orvis, but it is produced for Orvis by Hairline Dubbin. So we'll get that out and adhered to the thread, and as I said, you don't need a lot of it. Okay, and that should do right there. I'm going to fold that wing material forward, give it a quick pull, so your wing casing is on there. Now I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit more dubbing. Now we're going to whip finish it real quick. And then I'm going to give her just a couple nips and bits and pieces. But what you have there now is a very tight-bodied fly. And that's the Baetis version. But it's also fished as a caddis as well. And you can do a whole number of different color combinations. There's rust and copper and black, and so just a wide variety of different flies that you can, different color combinations. But the important thing is that this material, this quick descent dubbing, just adheres to the thread very, very well. Gets on there to form a really, really tight body. Not all of your flies need to be tight-bodied nymphs. Sometimes it's good to have something that's a bit more bushy and buggy. But some of these to have that tight body is really, really helpful. This fly is 10 minutes if you're taking your time. It's a really, really quick fly to tie. So go out and give that a shot.